Welcome back to Midday. We have Roseanne Nelson joining us from the BC Schizophrenia Society. Thanks for being here, Roseanne.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about, I know you want to speak a little bit about a course that's happening in the new year, but this time of the year, it can be a hard time for a lot of people, can it not?
It sure can.
Yeah.
For people that don't have generally mental health issues, it can be hard for all of us. So I thought this was a good time to come on as a reminder that to watch our mental health for the Christmas season and New Year, and also to let people know that there is support. And even though the course that I would like to talk about is happening in January, we have other ways to support people between now and then.
Right, so you don't have to wait that long if you can't. Yeah. So how can you help? How can people access you, your programs, and anything you offer?
Okay, so first of all, the course that I'm talking about is a 9-week course called Strengthening Families Together. And BCSS was formed to help the family members of people who have lived experience with mental illness. So we support the family members. So if the family member wants to know, how can I get my loved one help, we can help with that, but we don't support people who have the mental illness. We are there for the families, because that's a hard job to do.
I was just going to say that's one of the hardest, I think, too, is the people that are you know, trying to help the person struggling with mental health, or you know, the caretakers, the caregivers. They often get overlooked in a way. So it's great that you're offering this.
Exactly, and the need was there, and that's why this society was formed over 30 years ago. And the name is BC Schizophrenia Society, but we will help people that have issues of bipolar, major depression, PTSD, any sort of brain-based disorder. We are there for you.
So the course that you're offering in January, what sorts of things will happen during that course? It's a support, obviously, but what will go on during that time?
So in the 9 weeks, it's jam-packed with information. So people will usually say, I didn't know that about schizophrenia or mental illness or my role or whatever, but they also tend to say, wow, I'm not alone. And that's the main reason why we're there, is to say, all of us in this room together have something in common. We're all going through things together, and it's okay. We're going to be okay. Our loved one's going to be okay. And here's what we can do to help each other and help ourselves. And the main message we have is self-care, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we cannot help other people.
Yeah, absolutely. So
we have lots of ideas on self-care, as well as education, information. It's really a fantastic course for anybody. And that's our main offering. And we also have a once-a-month family support group that we hold down at 235 Lansdowne. And that is the 4th Monday, but because it's December, that will likely change, so we would just ask people to call ahead if they're interested. And that is just also for family members to come. Sometimes we have a guest speaker or a topic, and mostly we just say, have a check-in. How are you doing? How's your family member doing? What's going on? And sometimes different people have tips for each other, so we learn together.
Just to make sure that they know they're not alone.
Yeah.
Why do you think, Roseanne, that this is a difficult time of the year for people struggling with mental health, with those who are caregivers? Why would you say that the holiday season sort of amplifies that struggle?
I think there's a lot of expectations around Christmas, and maybe what a family looks like and what the family events are supposed to look like. And when we have somebody with a mental illness, we have to throw those rules out the window, because things are different. And sometimes we find our lives are going to be different forever, and we need to adjust to that. But I think the pressures of making a family event work, and of financial pressures, even of the person with the lived experience, maybe he or she cannot afford to buy presents. And that causes another strain, right? There's just so many little things that Christmas can be for people. It's not always just joy and family as we sometimes like to have it.
How many people, or approximately people, access your society? I mean, I'm sure there's quite a few that have reached out.
Yeah, so we're a provincial organization, and there's different chapters all over the place. So in Kamloops here, we've got about, I think, 30 or so people on our list that can come to family support group. I should mention, all our services are free.
Right.
We'll even do one-to-ones with people if they need to get together to, you know, they're a little bit desperate and they want to debrief. It's not counseling, but we will give resources, and we will support and try to direct them to what might help them.
Yeah, and you've seen firsthand how that can help somebody, right?
Yes.
How your support can really, in turn, help those who are taking care of someone.
And it's mostly because people thought they were alone. We've had people that said, I've been trying to get help for my son and myself for 35 years, and this is the first time anyone has been there for me.
Wow.
So it's very humbling.
Yeah. Yeah. How can people, what sorts of offerings do you have between now and Christmas? You mentioned the January course, but between now and the new year, what sorts of things can people access through the Society?
So we will be doing a family support group meeting. I'm not sure of the date yet, just because of it being close to Christmas.
Yes.
So we would ask people to call and get the information once we get closer. I think it's the 16th or 17th, whatever that Monday is.
Okay.
And also, if they feel desperate and they just need someone to talk to, we can do a one-to-one telephone call or coffee meetup just to help them get through their situation with their loved one and get them through Christmas, and then hopefully they'll sign up for the course. Everything is free that we offer, and so there's no barriers really.
Yeah, and you would really encourage people to reach out. I mean, I can't imagine that that's easy to do for a lot of people, but how would you encourage them? I mean, how do you get people to reach out?
There's still so much stigma around mental illness, and we want to say, if you have a kidney issue, it's a kidney issue. If you've got a brain issue, it's a brain issue. And all it is a chemistry problem, and we want to get the stigma gone. So it is hard. We recognize that if you say, I'm the mother or I'm the father of a loved one or I'm the wife, it's hard. And we just say, just try to get past that, reach out, we are there for you.
Yeah, and from there, I think that road is a little bit more supportive then for them.
Once they see that there's so many people that are in the same boat, they go, why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you, Roseanne. We really appreciate that. So
You're
for more
welcome.
information on the course that is being offered in January, you can, of course, go to the website on the screen there or give them a call. And then if you need any supports or you know somebody that needs supports between now and the new year, there's also information on that for that information right there. Thanks, Roseanne. Appreciate
Thanks for
your
having
time.
me. Thanks,
All right.
Tanya.
We're back in a couple of minutes. Stay with us.